Pittsburgh Steelers tight end Darnell Washington moving to offensive tackle is a real possibility, and it's because he just revealed his real, true weight, and it's well over 300 pounds. But first, before I get more into this, however, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn notifications for everything Pittsburgh Steelers news and updates. Also like this video. Now, let's get right into it. So, Darnell Washington appeared on Omar St. Brown's podcast, and he was asked many different questions. And one of the questions was talking about his weight, basically saying how they seen that he was listed as 260 pounds on the NFL website. But they asked him, is that true? Are you truly 260? And he said no. He said that he is over 300 pounds. And when asked about his actual weight, he said 311. So that means that he stands at 6'7", 311 pounds. And he's just an absolute monster. We already knew this in terms of how he plays the tight end position, but now just those measurements say otherwise as well. Because coming into the NFL, he had 11-inch hands, 83 3/4 wingspan, and 34 3/8-inch arms. So that's already a size of an offensive tackle. And the fact now that he is 6'7" and 311 pounds, moving to offensive tackle in the near future may be a real possibility. Not only for him on a size, but also just for the money involved in it for him as well. When you look at the comparison between him and a player like Lane Johnson, well, Darnell Washington is 1 inch taller than Lane Johnson, and he's only 10 pounds less. So the fact that that is his size compared to one of the best offense tackles in the entire NFL says that he can actually move there. Now, would I personally want him to move to offense tackle in the near future? Maybe down the road. But as of right now, I think he could truly be the tight end number 1 for this Pittsburgh Steelers team. Because how he's utilized, well, he's the best blocking tight end, maybe in the entire NFL, and for sure on the Pittsburgh Steelers. And then in terms of his catching ability, well, it seems like he catches everything that's thrown to him. Anything that he gets his hands on, it's an automatic catch. Is he the player who's going to jump and be able to reach the ball? No, because it's hard for him to get off the ground sometimes. And does he have that burst on his routes? No, but when he's open, he could still make the catch and run long. He's maybe one of the best run after the catch tight ends in the entire league. Not in terms of him being explosive and fast, but in terms of him breaking tackles and making the right reads in terms of what he should do. Should he stiff arm someone? Should he truck someone? Should he jump over them? He makes the right reads and is one of the best after the catch tight ends in the league. So you can't just take away that threat from the Steelers' offensive passing game. And when you look at Darnell Washington, he led all of college when he was a tight end at Georgia for yards after the catch. So that's something he can do. That's something that he's always been good at. So Darnell Washington, he just made a play this past week versus the Bengals, where he stiff-armed one guy, trucked the other guy, stiff-armed the next guy, and he broke tackles all the way down the field for more yards. Without him involved in the Steelers' offense, they would not be where they are right now. They're already struggling, so take him out and move with the tackle. I don't see that much of an increase of how well they are. And the fact that you have to look at the point of view of Darnell Washington has never played offensive tackle in his career. In college, he was a tight end. In the NFL, he was a tight end. He would still have to learn the position, learn the footwork, learn the technique, everything like that, where to place your hands. And that's going to take time to adjust to. So if he would have to adjust to all of that, then why can't Broderick Jones stay at left tackle and make those adjustments? Yes, Darnell Washington is a really good blocker as it is, but are we saying he's a better blocker in pass blocking and run blocking than other players who are already at the NFL level? Can he eventually be? Yes, but currently, compared to offensive linemen, I don't think he's that good where he's superior to them already. Will he be eventually if he transition full time? Maybe. But he's one of the best tight end blocker in the NFL. So the fact that Darnell Washington weighs that much and is that tall gives him the chance to become an offense tackle down the road. Maybe when he can't no longer run the way he's running right now on routes, when he gets older in his career, he can transition just based off of how big he is. And if his mobility slows down, sure, then he can transition. But as of right now, I think it's best for him to stay as tight end because just the threat that he is out there on the field. No one could tackle him, no one could guard him, and no one could get past him. And that's a really good combination. And the Steelers are only going to benefit from that. So I would just put him as tight end number 1 on the Steelers and give less reps to Pat Freiermuth, give less reps to Jonnu Smith. Whenever Darnell Washington has over 40 snaps in a game, the Pittsburgh Steelers have a perfect record. So I would just give him the tight end number 1 job and not worry about offense tackle. But down the road, can he be offense tackle? Yes. And if we're talking about the money that's involved in it, how much is the top tight end making? Maybe $20 million for the top tight end position. How much is Pat Freiermuth making? Well, let's just say around $12 million. Jonnu Smith is like 10, Pat Freiermuth's like 14. So let's go $12 million for a tight end. And how much is it just a base level offense tackle, a starter? Well, you look at Dan Moore Jr., he just signed for like $22 million. So Darnell Washington could be making 10 plus more million per year if he transitions to offense tackle. That's why it's a real possibility down the road for him because of how good he is. And it's not even just that. It's because everyone's already talking about it. Everyone has already mentioned on the broadcasts of every game he's in that offense tackle, he should be playing offense tackle. The money's in it for him. He's really good at blocking, everything like that. If everyone already believes that, you can really be given an opportunity to play offense tackle by a team in the NFL. And many teams need offense tackles, specifically a left tackle, because it's a rare position in terms of can you get an elite talent? So if people believe that he can be that elite talent, maybe someone's willing to pay him to be an offense tackle. And if he is, how would he be able to turn down $10+ million more than a tight end position? And just say, no, I'm strictly a tight end. So down the road, it may be a possibility for him. Right now, it's not because he's obviously on the Steelers. But if someone offers him that opportunity, maybe he takes it down the road. You have to wait and see. But it just seems like he's playing with so much joy out there. He's playing with so much confidence out there. And he really loves what he's doing on and off the field. If you just look at his interviews, like this podcast, he just seems so happy that he's able to do what he's doing out there. And he truly is just amazed when other people talk about you weigh 260. He knows he's not. He knows he's 3'11". He knows he's the biggest guy, maybe on the football field in general, even compared to the other offense tackles, just in size. Put him next to the offense tackle like Broderick Jones. Well, Darnell Washington is the same size as him. Put him next to other players on the offensive, like the center. He's taller. He's bigger. Put him next to Mason McCormick. He's taller. He's bigger. So he's just there matching the size of an offensive guard, an offense tackle, a center. So he just seems to be truly amazed when people talk about it because he knows that they're probably right. But anyway, this is just the update on Darnell Washington. He truly just exposed his weight. Everyone had him at 260. We all knew he was over 300, but he confirms it's 311, which is a massive human being, especially at 6'7". But anyway, that's it. That is the end of this video. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Is Darnell Washington moving to offense tackle a real possibility? Do you think he should do it? Or do you believe, like I believe, that only down the road, if his mobility slows down, should he move to offense tackle? And for right now, he should stay or be the Pittsburgh Steelers tight end and tight end number 1. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And also, make sure you subscribe to this channel and turn notifications for everything Pittsburgh Steelers news, updates, highlights, analysis, reports, everything surrounding this team in terms of news and updates and even analysis and highlights I have you covered after every single game and all week long. So stay tuned to the channel, like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications, and share this video. And that's it for me. I'll see you guys all later. Until tomorrow, I'm out. Peace.